Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner.
The V-checks.
The V-checks.
Which is usually something else, but today...
Visual. They're visual checks. Dude. I feel like I don't want to get loud because it's like, I feel like I'm yelling outside, but...
John, you are yelling outside.
Only way to do it today.
Yeah. You gotta get a little loud. You gotta put your beanie on.
If we were gonna walk out and like you're like in a huge red hood, oh my god, I can't move. I'm not gonna be able to move at all.
This is a little rocky.
Do you hear mine is like clack 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 clack? Stupid. It's stupid.
You're a Martian?
Yes. From Mars Attacks.
Yes. All right. Welcome everybody to Kenobi's Corner.
Why'd you become
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Well, just because we're outside, we're in Texas. It felt like an outside thing to say.
I can give you that. I can respect that.
Yes, and welcome again to Kenobi's Corner, because it seems like we glossed over. That's exactly what we're here to do. We're here to talk to you about comic books, movies, sci-fi, fantasy, and everything we find interesting in between. So outside edition today.
Right.
We just finished watching Logan. Super heavy spoilers. We'll give you a good review on it.
Yeah.
Fresh us off the cusp. Super excited.
Eric is about 3 beers in, and it's really late at night. 5?
5, man.
Dude, okay. So yeah, it's gonna be a great show.
Oh my gosh. Just like Logan, I'm gonna be falling asleep a lot.
Yes, sounds great.
You know what is funny? Okay,
no, we're not going to do it.
Yeah,
not going to do it right
not
now.
Spoilers right now.
All right,
we'll get into it. So we're in an undisclosed location outside a movie theater in San Antonio, Texas. Can't say where, but we're here.
I mean, we probably can't since we're outside.
Oh yeah,
we're just camping out since we just finished watching the movie. So
just there's this movie theater. It's just that we just can't forget it. We never can forget this place. Just don't forget this type of movie theater, John.
I see what you're doing there. That's good stuff. Anyway,
okay.
I feel like 5 people are going to get that inside joke. Maybe
probably
max.
So. And if you know your history, you probably will. Or if you watched a few movies, they say it all the time.
Yeah. All right.
We're out that side of the movie theater. But yeah, man, let's kind of get into it. I really want to get into Logan. 1, because we need to get this started, and 2, because it's cold as balls out here.
It's not cold as balls.
Okay.
It's cold, but not. It's cool. It's not even cold.
Yeah, it's coldish. Okay, I thought that guy was security.
Yeah.
For a second,
get kicked out.
He wore a vest.
Anyway,
he was in vesticles.
Just vesting it up.
Yep. Just
vesting
all over the place. 5 beers.
Look, exactly my point. Oh my god.
We're okay though.
Okay. First thing, sad news, because I just want to get this out of the way. We're gonna rip off a Band-Aid. But Eric, are you a fan of Apollo 13? Are you a fan of Aliens? Are you a fan of Edge of Tomorrow?
I got 2 eyes and a heart, don't I?
Ah, dude.
Of course I am.
Yes. And, man, this is one of the ones that, like, dude, more shocking than anything else. If you already know what we're talking about, Bill Paxton passed away this past week. Damn it, man. Like, he's a freaking awesome guy, man.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was, at least. And the movies that he did, dude, I love those movies. We just talked about it last week. That he was, in Aliens, he's the kind of, crazy guy, we're all gonna die.
Game over, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. And, so many of those, iconic lines. Twister.
Yes.
Was one of the movies that I, constantly remember him for. Mm-hmm. Dude, Apollo 13, I love that damn movie.
Man.
I love that movie.
I really wish I remember who said it, but somebody had tweeted out, the only man to be killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator.
Dude, That is awesome.
Yeah, that's freaking nuts.
I mean, it seems like he was at least a fan of this stuff, you know? So,
Yeah,
I mean, to
yeah.
do that many movies, I don't think you do that many movies just because, you know, you're okay with sci-fi. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta be, like, at least a little bit of a fan of sci-fi.
And I almost do it because I always do it, and I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there that do. Bill Paxton and Bill Pullman, I always got them confused. Even to where the point where they said he passed away, I was like, he gave that great speech in Independence Day, and
Nope.
that wasn't him.
Wrong
No,
guy.
Wrong
No.
guy. I was like, oh, even worse. Damn it.
Dude.
Damn it.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, just his roles, man. Even when he had a minor one, it's like he fully put himself in that role.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Like Edge of Tomorrow, man. That's becoming one of my favorite movies, like ever. And
know.
dude, his role in there, like, just as a jackass, like commander,
Yeah.
like freaking legit, dude. And he was part of just recently, like, when we talk more about comic book universe, like even then he was part of the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. You know, dude, freaking awesome, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
and really, he brought something else to some of those roles that I think is hard to do. And yeah, he was a little bit more of a character actor, and he had to do, I mean, there were certain things that he did very well, but still, man, like, freaking awesome, dude. Like, and it really sucks, man. That's a huge loss, I think, for that entire community of things.
No, man, for sure. Like, that's freaking huge, and that's crazy. Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's cause of death unknown. It's complications during surgery, I guess.
Yeah.
But man, that's rough, and I know a lot of fans out there are hurting. So, you know, we're there with you for sure. For
yeah.
sure.
Heck yeah. So
Yeah. But
hopefully, I mean, thoughts go out to his family, and you know, I mean, what else can you say about it? But we'll miss him.
Great guy for sure.
Cool.
Well, we talked a little bit about Aliens as kind of like something that he was in. Something that came out this week is Ridley Scott's continuing it on. Alien Covenant coming out with a new trailer that's super freaking intense.
Yes.
Damn it, man. Like, it really does seem like it's... Because, okay, beautifully shot...
Yes.
Prometheus, as it was beautiful, but I don't think the scare factor was there. I think it was more like an introduction to that universe. But man, this one definitely goes back. It seems like they're going right back into like the Alien universe as it was meant to be. And this is the movie Covenant. If it plays out like the way it is, like, I feel like it's exactly the movie that I wanted Prometheus to be.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Yeah, like, because Prometheus, I enjoyed it for what it was, and again, beautiful. I liked the background information, but I felt like it was definitely lacking something. Like, I felt like I wanted more. I know you thought it was amazing.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's because I get easily creeped out and scared. Because there's to me a few scenes in there that I was like, what the hell?
That guy's an accordion.
Dude,
why is he back up again?
She gave birth to a freaking alien, man.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so that's ridiculous. Okay, you can't deny that.
You get a little bit of glimpse of that as well. You see, like, it looks like it's not a xenomorph. It's called in this one. What is it called again?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's called a xeno something. It's kind of like the predecessor to the alien, the xenomorph, but it's like a white creature. But then you see, like, at the very end of the trailer, like a full-fledged xenomorph in like all of its terrifying glory.
Dude, yes. Great trailer. Like, I wasn't expecting something that cool to come out, especially after they dropped so many little things, starting with the teaser trailers. I feel like they've shown us a lot already. Yeah, like, I mean, I thought, like, okay, cool. Like, what else can they really throw out? And without really spoiling anything. And, dude, I think this one did just that, dude. Just, like, give you enough to be really excited about it, but not necessarily, like, spoil a bunch of stuff from the actual, like, movie coming up. Dude, and it's funny, man, because we just talked about it outside of the podcast, because I was like, you know what, I don't like talking about on the podcast about just trailer updates and them just coming out with a new trailer. Like, it's not really adding that much value to things, but damn it, like, freaking good, dude.
Yeah,
like, I was like, dude, we have to talk about this trailer. Like, it's freaking amazing. Like, such good updates to everything, and such a good way to display the movie and show what the next thing is going to be about. Dude, and then right on the cusp of that, dude, like, freaking, like, the Kong trailer is like one of the next things I saw.
Oh, man.
Dude, and that one too, man. Like, again, you know, they don't want to just talk about another trailer update. Oh, okay, just something else coming in. It's not adding a whole lot of value to anything. But damn it.
Yeah.
Freaking good trailer.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they're getting better, and it feels like it's definitely giving more of the movie away, but, you know, it's...
But I mean, okay... to me, it doesn't give away that much because that's hard to give away that much for a movie that's going to be about King Kong.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you say about it? Like, it's a King Kong movie. What I really appreciate about the trailer is that it does make it seem like King Kong is going to be in there for just a couple minutes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Godzilla style.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
It seems like he's going to be in there a lot more. I mean, unless they just, again, showed us
that's
all that.
Yeah, it's exactly what Kong is in.
Yeah.
How long he's in the flick. That's I hope
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
But I mean,
not.
dude, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. I think
Yeah.
it'll give us a lot more once the actual movie comes. But most importantly, and I put this as the like sub headline in our actual show notes, Brie Larson's character talks in this movie.
No, she doesn't.
Couldn't have guessed it from any of the other trailers.
She's just eye candy, actually, in this role.
Dude,
That's all she is.
Oh my god.
She's just...
It's like the fact that
she's
she
just,
hasn't
like,
spoken at all.
tan and just hair blown in the wind. Helicopters zooming by. and she just-
Tan blonde girl, like just hanging out, having a good time with all the boys. Like that's all it was.
hanging out at the beach. Oh wait, there's a giant gorilla. Yeah.
Well, they need somebody who can scream also, you know? It's
Yeah.
like one of those old movie tropes as well, so.
Yeah, and John C. Reilly, he seems like a screamer.
Yes, dude. I'll leave
I mean,
that
I don't
between
know.
you
I don't know.
and John C. Reilly, all right?
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Well, the other thing that John C. Reilly was in, Guardians of the Galaxy, man, they
Dude.
came out with their new trailer too.
Oh,
man,
my
this whole
goodness.
past week, I think it's just because March into May is just like a huge movie time. Like, you know, it's coming up to spring break soon, and it's super nuts. Like they released a new Guardians trailer, and it not only shows like more of the banter between everybody, quippiness, of course, but then at the very end, you get to see Ego,
yes.
the human manifestation of Ego, as Kurt Russell. And you know what? It's
Ego as Kurt Russell. I like the way you stated that.
Well, you know what's crazy is because they didn't say like you were gonna see the planet version of
Right.
Ego, but I mean, why only show the human manifestation if you're gonna bring a guy called Ego the Living Planet? Like, why are you
Right.
why not show him?
Yeah. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I mean, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
If they're going to promote it, if they're going to talk about it and be completely out there with it, it's going to happen. But I mean, it's freaking cool. Like another cool like look. Like Guardians isn't that far away, so I mean, I don't know how many more trailers they can drop, but this one felt like definitely the one that they were actually doing a little bit more rather than just like, oh hey, like, you know, a little couple more things or scenes or something. But
Yeah.
dude, freaking cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
God, 3 really good trailers, like all within the span of like a day. Were they all the same day?
It felt like it. I think it was 2 on Tuesday, or 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday. Like
something
it
like
was,
that.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
crazy.
but I mean, dude, Guardians already, man. Like, I don't need any more excitement about that movie.
Yeah.
It feels like even then the trailer still doesn't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, James Gunn from the beginning has said that he doesn't want to spoil anything with the trailers, kind of leave a bunch of surprises for the movie itself. And dude, that entire sequence, it seems like it's just the beginning, or what is said to be the beginning sequence of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, so it just felt like a bunch of different clips from within there, but all the Guardians being themselves as the Guardians, and what I want to see about the movie. So, like, dude, oh man,
It looks really, really good, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
hoping that it does well, and that it becomes May a lot quicker.
yes,
Seems like it's going by really. Actually, it's going by pretty fast.
really fast,
2017 is
really
blowing by.
fast. I mean, it's already March, dude.
I know, man.
Super crazy.
I can't believe we just saw Logan. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
really. There was something else that we want to talk about. Okay, DC News. Director of Batman has been confirmed. Matt Reeves.
Did we talk about this last week?
Yeah, did we talk about it?
Yeah, we did talk about it last week.
Man, 5 beers in, dude.
Dude,
It'll
that's
definitely
too
do it.
many, man. That's too many. You need to cut back
That's
one.
like too many.
It's like
Not like it's very, very a lot too many. Like, but it's just like the number 2
number 2.
too many. Should
what
have stopped at
happens.
3.
Yeah, that's what
And when that
happens.
guy came back, I was like, no, just give me 2 more, and then we'll be okay.
And I saw you do it. I was like, dude, he's not going to be okay. He's definitely not going to be okay. And so I was trying to count in my head. I was like, oh, okay, it's another one. And then when he brought the check for you, and then you
I was like, no, take that fucking check back. Don't you dare bring me that check. I didn't ask for that check. You bring me back more beers.
That was all awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
You know, dude, it's funny. I really need to have the wife here more often because she keeps me in check.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be like, hey, can I have some more 2 beers? And she's like, no, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe we should just get something else. Yeah, she's right. Let's stop there. But she
was some fried pickles or something.
I did get fried pickles also.
Oh, man.
So,
amazing stuff.
I was like, yes. Okay, so I didn't get to pump the brakes on that one, but
all right,
it is what it is.
Well, hey, while you were enjoying those 5 beers, there was a movie going on in the background.
Okay, let's do non-spoilery.
Are you sure?
Let's start off with non-spoiler, just real quick.
Quick review.
Did
you like the movie?
I enjoyed it. It is definitely. It showed the amount of violence and the amount of brutality that you're gonna hear about this movie is definitely
on point.
Yes. Yeah, it really is super violent, but I think it's exactly what the movie should have been. Like it should have shown this is what happens when you have 3 sharper than razor blades slicing people up. It's not this guy just falls to the ground or limbs are getting cut off and people are getting sliced into getting julienned, and
you know what, even though this might be slightly not even slightly spoiler, it's not spoiler at all. They still didn't do the 3 cuts like we talked about.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought that guy, there's a couple guys that got stabbed in the face that you saw.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, when he was stabbing through stuff, yes, 3 definite exit wounds coming out.
Yeah.
But when he was cutting stuff up, when he slices through something, there's still just 1 cut. I was like, all right,
okay,
whatevs. It's okay. I mean, whatever. It
well, you don't know. You don't see 3 hunks of meat hanging out on the floor. It's usually oh shit, that's an arm over there.
Right.
What are those 3 other pieces? 2 other pieces. Oh, that's his forearm and then elbow. Oh shit.
Yeah.
They don't go into that detail.
Sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah, but great performances by everybody. As far as acting is concerned, we heard. I heard nothing but Patrick Stewart's gonna get an Academy Award for something for this, or
shut up.
What else was it?
It was really good. I don't think his any one of the performance was Academy Award winning level.
I don't think so either. But I don't think it was that caliber.
Good. I'm not going to say they were not good because they were very, very good.
They were really well. Everybody's ill. That's what we can say. It seems like ill. But it just it's it's such a difference, and you get to they actually do tell you timeline wise where everything's at. Kind of, you get to see some things, and it's some explanation to other things, but it really is a great standalone story of what's going on in the universe, and at least in Logan's universe and Wolverine's universe. I thought it could. I don't think it could have been done any other way. Of course, it could have been a terrible, shitty movie, but it wasn't. All the action pieces were really well thought out and planned. The cinematography was really well done.
Yeah.
The character development and the just the way they looked. They looked super beat up, and you can really they hurt. You can tell they hurt. It's really, really crazy. So I mean, I just overall really, really well done, I think.
I cannot disagree with you.
What?
As much as I want to.
Party time, man! Oh my god!
This is what you wanted. This is what you've been wanting.
This is exactly
our entire relationship, Eric. This is all you've wanted.
I don't think I've wanted anything else more than to hear him say that, because he was just the first time he saw the trailer, you were like, nope. You shook your finger at me, and you're like, this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. And
but you know what, dude? still, some of the stuff that I don't like about it, I don't like what's going on. Like, it still is not really.
Well, we can talk about that. Okay, I understand.
Okay,
but
sorry.
let's not go into the story
All
yet.
right.
But just as a film,
as a film, it is very entertaining. It is very, very entertaining. I really, really loved, and I think they've talked about this, like bringing it down to like a ground level. You know, like where X-Men Apocalypse and a bunch of the other movies that have all like happened like really big, large scale stuff.
Yeah.
Like just it's such a grounded story. Like it's just a hey, take these characters from point A to point B and flesh that part of it out. And I really enjoyed that part of it. Like really, really cool. Dude, the acting I think was really good. I don't know about Oscar winning, but but really good, like really, really good. I definitely enjoyed that. There's a couple of things that took me out of it, like as far as I guess like overall production value.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't get into spoilers yet. But
not spoilers, but I feel like I'm going to ruin the movie for some people if they pay attention to things like that. But
okay, don't say it yet.
No. I mean spoiler wise. I don't mean spoiler wise. I mean like.
Well, don't say the
critics
scenes
wise.
Yet. Oh, critics.
No, like critiquing wise.
Oh, okay.
Like I really felt like they did a ton of like it's got a technical term and I can't think of it right now, but when you go in and you redub voices over.
Oh, it's ADR.
ADR.
Yeah.
Dude, and I feel like the entire movie was ADR, but ADR done in a way that didn't seem to blend very well. Like whoever did sound editing in this is not good.
I could see there was a couple moments where I was just like, nah, I know she didn't say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not only that, but even like the actors and like the other, like any character on there, like it's just really just not.
You felt like the audio mixing was done.
Yes, it's terrible, really bad. And I mean, it might have been the theater that we were in. I doubt it because I've seen a lot of movies here.
Yeah.
In that exact theater that we were just sitting in.
Yeah.
And nothing really took me out of the movie that much. But it's because that's one of the things that I just pay attention to. Like, I like looking at the quality of how a movie was made.
Yeah.
And while the cinematography was nice, I like the way they played with colors, I like the way they did set up frames and shots and things like that. And all of that, as great as it was, like, just sucked that the audio was that bad about it. But I mean, hey, you get what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's my biggest complaint about it, I mean, that's saying something, I think, because I usually have a lot more to complain about.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, can we get into spoilers? I really want to get into spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, well, so overall, awesome.
Overall, I recommend to go watch this in the theater.
Okay, right on.
Like,
right
definitely. On. Like, get out there, go watch it. I don't know if it's one of the ones that you need to watch like immediately because people are going to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Even if you listen through to the spoilers, like it's nothing that is going to completely ruin the movie. I mean, there might be a couple of things that are like, but I mean, I feel like most of it you expect.
And you know what's weird? It's like not spoilery, like as a standalone situation. Like it really, like you don't really even need to see any of the other X-Men movies.
Oh yeah. As long as you know those our characters are
like
X-Men
as long as you know, like
you're good.
You know that's kind of funny. That's you just need to know that they're like comic characters, and that's pretty much it. Like it's pretty standalone-ish. There's like a few moments where they mention some things, and you're like, oh, okay, that's weird. But other than that, like. Like really, it's
it's okay.
a really good standalone movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
Okay. So if you don't want to listen to spoilers, definitely don't start listening from this moment forward.
This moment.
Yes, this moment here, or this moment when John's about to speak.
Now, because I want to talk about before the movie even started.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Like, dude, that is so amazing. Okay, so go ahead.
I don't know. Hopefully everybody who has stopped listening that hasn't seen the movie, because if you're still listening and you haven't watched the movie, you're missing out the great surprise of what is like basically a Deadpool like pre-trailer, man.
Yeah, man.
God, dude, freaking awesome, man. I was like, yes, great way to start this movie.
Yeah.
Deadpool coming out, basically seeing that somebody's getting beat up and robbed at gunpoint, and quote-unquote helping out, runs into the phone booth to get changed up in his Deadpool outfit, and dude, takes way too damn long.
And the guy gets
killed. We get way too much of Ryan Reynolds ass cheek up against the glass and just sitting there, and it's enough to make it be awkward.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like he's taking so long to get dressed, and you can hear the guy in the background. Why would somebody help? Why would somebody help?
When I started laughing, it was like, please, somebody out there has to be listening to this.
Yes.
I was like, oh my god,
Really
Did you notice the side of the phone?
Nathan Summers.
Yes. I was like, coming soon. I was like, arriving soon or something.
Something
I was like
that.
Oh my god, dude! Like, that was perfect. The movie posters. Did you notice all the movie posters
Logan
around it?
Posters. So.
Logan posters. Did you see the other one?
No.
Immediately stood out to me. Firefly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
There was like 3 or 4 Firefly posters like on the back wall.
I didn't see those.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what? Like, that's freaking awesome, man.
That's crazy.
So yeah, Firefly was in there. The Logan poster was in there. Dude, it was freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a great clip to like reintroduce into the character and
so that's
and
crazy.
what it is.
And if they're doing it like that, well, I mean, because Deadpool part of his mystique is he can jump from like time, and really, like, it doesn't matter, like, he can break the fourth wall. So for him to be in a universe where Logan is an actual movie that's out there, because we know X-Men comics exist in the Logan universe. That was seen in the trailer. That's nothing new. It kind of makes sense that Deadpool's out there and he's in that same universe as well. So it's super crazy, really, really awesome.
It's freaking cool, man.
It was so unexpected, man.
Yeah.
Like, really, I did not expect that, and it was a really awesome. Like,
heck yeah! It
like,
caught me
little
off,
nugget.
like, so much by surprise. I was like, yes! Oh my god! And at first I thought, like, is he in the movie? Is this the movie? Like, just because they didn't release it as an extra trailer or a separate thing or anything else. Like, it was just part, like, in line with the movie. Man, that's freaking cool, man.
Yeah, I really like that.
Dude.
Okay, so into the movie, you really start off from like Logan's point of view. You like, just like the trailers showed, it was definitely he's hurt, he's older, his powers aren't working as well. He gets into an altercation right away, and immediately, like, one of his claws doesn't come out all the way, and he's like, damn it. He's just like, fuck it, man. Like, and it really, like, starts with just swearing, and then he just goes to town on these few guys and just starts taking limbs, like, almost
really
immediately.
Super sets up the tone of, like, hey, he's just going to go out there and brawl for a minute.
Like, oh, okay, this is where it's going to go.
Yeah. Dude, but it was freaking cool, man. Like, I really, I don't know, because it's got a serious tone, right? Like, the whole movie overall has a very serious tone. But there's also moments of, like, dude, it's very much, like, it is self-aware. Yeah. And there's a bunch of funny moments of, like, not super funny, not meant to be like joke, haha, everybody laughing, but like that, that the claw doesn't come out all the way, immediately it's broken. And but dude just sets up, and he immediately tells them, like, hey, you're gonna strip the pulse, it's chrome plated, like, just it's gonna start to flake off, and the fact that he's telling the thieves about, like,
how to steal,
right?
Like, don't even try. It's just, I'm just gonna ruin my rims before you steal them.
Dude, freaking awesome, man.
So it's set in 2029. From what we can tell, it's definitely within the X-Men universe, because he said, at one point he goes back to the professor, and professor's sick and ailing, and he's dying, it seems, and he's having seizures that he can't control, and he tells them, we were all standing in the Statue of Liberty or something like that, and
he's like, we need to go back to the Statue or you need to go, they're waiting for you at the Statue of Liberty, I think is what he says.
And he's like, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So just call back to the first movie.
Dude.
So,
but then lo and behold, they're actually waiting for him at the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. That was freaking cool, man. It was like a nice little, like, Charles is not fully crazy. Like, he's there.
No, man. Not at all.
But dude, and I really love that. I mean, they really play on that aspect of it. They really play on, like, is Charles losing his mind? Is he not losing his mind? How much of it is it really there? And then how much is it really, to kind of propel things forward? And dude, really, man, like, I really enjoyed that part of the story. Like, the fact that, I don't know, man. I guess I'm not even going to pretend to know the entire, like, encompassing, like, Marvel / X-Men universe and what all happens in every single one of those comics. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's ever been a story where Charles is old like that.
Yeah.
You know, where he's like broken down and just like, I'm not there, like a shell of what he was previously.
Yeah.
Like, I think in most of them, he ends up dying early off. Like, in the actual continuity, he was killed, you know, like at the Avengers vs. X-Men event.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to see him that way and to see how people would have a perspective on him, particularly like one of his team members has a view of him, like at that point, where he's kind of losing his mind, but he still has powers and he doesn't want to be that way. Like, it was kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like you really are watching like every single of these characters dying. You know, it's like they realize that mutants are no longer a thing. I wrote down one thing because like kind of like in the one of the overdub moments, he's saying like there hasn't been a new mutant in like 15, 20 years or something, and then it shows like all those guys partying and they're all like drinking and hanging out of the sunroof of the limo.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no mutants, but there's still like 4 Loco. Like, I was like, really? That's the thing? And you know, it's so funny is I was like, man, this movie was really kind of catered toward you because it wasn't violent to where like you couldn't stand it, but it was more like and it was more like of a grounded story, which you can enjoy, and then it was also set in El Paso, and I was like, they would just want John to really like
whatever,
this movie.
man. The fact that it started in El Paso, but it was funny, man, because none of the locations actually looked like El Paso.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't
like,
even.
Dude, no, not even. And it's funny because like the first highway sign that they're next to, like it said like Highway 63 or something like that. Because I noticed, because I was like, because I mean it says El Paso on it, and I was like, Highway 60, that Highway doesn't even exist in El Paso. Like, what the hell are they talking about?
Maybe in 30 years it will, John.
No, well, but you know what's the funny part?
I say 30 years, but it's like 15 years.
But here's the funny part, because I noticed the sign, paid attention to it, and then took note that like that doesn't exist. And then when Donald Pierce is talking later on, like as soon as he meets up with him, he's like, hey, yeah, like I heard that there was an attack over on Highway 54, like, and I was like, that's the highway in El Paso.
Yeah.
Like, that's how do you say the right thing but then show visually like the wrong one like previously?
No.
That was funny, man.
It's
like,
so funny. That reminds me of there's this comedian Kumail Nanjiani. He's a super gaming nerd, you know, of course. I mean, him and his wife do that podcast, The Indoor Kids.
Or did at one point.
Oh, yeah, at one point, yeah. And one of the... he said he was playing Call of Duty, and he was like... It was set, like, in a town that he was in, like, that he grew up in. Like, in Pakistan. And, like, I think the language that they speak there is, like, called Urdu. And... he was like, man, the game is like super, super like visually graphic. Like you can see the hair on the dog, like when he moves, like it's super, super visual. And he's like, but then when I'm walking down the hallway of this town that it's supposedly that I grew up in, and some of the language on the walls, it's just gibberish. They're like, how do you like, how do you get that specific about like the dog, but then just write language that you can easily go to Google
and just like pick stuff, pick like, random stuff, like some of the local movies, like that's
and
awesome.
So that just with that, it's just that reminds me of that. But I mean, I thought it was gonna be more of a dystopian type future, but it seems like it's not that way. It's just like a world is continuing on without mutants, and the minority that is out there, which it kind of seems like that's what it was kind of aiming for. It was like mutants are the minority like they once were. They weren't flourishing. It was said that Essex Company pretty much has killed off most of the mutants by coming up with a cure, and it's like most of the mutants are dying off. Or are all but dead, pretty much. Yeah.
And then the guy, like, I can't remember the name of the company that was in there to try something. Basically started taking mutant creation into their own hand. And rather than letting mutants be born, like create them out of like DNA and the splices of what's the good stuff that was left over.
So they show a lot of kids that they've been experimenting on, which is rough to see. And But did you know any of the other mutants that they had shown, or anybody else?
I mean,
that
they
were
use
showing?
popular names, but I don't know if they actually tie into things, right?
Yeah.
So Richter is definitely one,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, and they, you know, power set about what it was. But I don't believe he was part of the Weapon X program,
No.
which is what these kids are supposed to be, right? Like a
Right.
continuation of the Weapon X program.
Well, yeah, because everybody's name, you know, if Logan was 10, then
Kept going X's from there.
Yeah, so then 23 would be, well, Laura.
Yeah.
So, but that was pretty much in line with the comics. That's pretty much straight over, right?
Laura, yes.
She is taken from his blood, not from anywhere else, and created.
Right.
So,
Yes. Yeah, and a complete clone of Logan, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that part, yeah, completely and totally accurate. Like that was pretty cool. But yeah, like the other mutants, I don't really recognize. I can't remember all the names that she was naming off there,
Yeah.
or spouting off. The one that I kind of stood out was Bobby. But I mean, like, once again, like, not part of the Weapon X, but that's, if it was the Bobby that I was thinking of, and the only one that I can even really propose, like, might have been part of it, was Bobby DaCosta, like, who's Sunspot in the New Mutants as well. You know, so I don't know if maybe that's where they're going and trying to set it up and trying to set up the next thing, because that's what they've been talking
the
about.
Next show is the New
right?
Mutants that's coming out.
Exactly.
And
so
it's supposed to be all done in the same vein. So maybe it is all
like, yeah, that's what it really felt like to me.
Yeah.
Like that's maybe they were going to and where they were taking it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So who knows? Maybe that's going to be what they birth out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of the origin of it, like, just because they weren't Weapon X, you know, they weren't part of that same program. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows? They could turn around and say, like, oh, well, those people were actually harvested rather than created, and I mean, whatever, you know, like that's not a huge deal.
You know what I just realized? I can't believe we didn't stay till the end after the credits.
I've heard that there wasn't,
No.
so I think we might be okay.
Okay.
We'll see. We might regret it later.
Yeah, I think we're going to regret it. Because I heard something that it would directly tie into the next chapter, which would be the X-Men Supernova.
Really?
Yeah, like this would have been setting up Sinister to be the main antagonist for the Phoenix Saga.
Huh.
I mean, which would have been interesting to see, but of course we're in spoiler mode, so I mean, the main Doctor dies, so, or he gets shot in the throat at least, which is, I thought was awesome, because of course during him monologuing, gets
boom, shot.
Which, I mean, I love that character because he reminds me so much of, he was in this movie Hudson Hawk, and it was like he was like it's a movie with Bruce Willis, and like in the 90s. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, Bruce Willis is a cat burglar, and it's ridiculous, and this guy's like trying to use him because he's an amazing cat burglar, and he's trying to make Leonardo da Vinci's alchemy machine so he can turn lead into gold. But he's the main villain, and he's just super over the top and really young, like 25 years ago. That guy was a young cat. But yeah, he was a villain in that one too.
That's awesome.
So, but I mean, I think this whole flick, man, like, it was really done well. The deaths in it. Okay, let's go down the line.
No, we can't go down the line.
Let's go down the line.
There's too many.
Oh, man. I think just the cannon fodder for, like, the people.
Right? Like, where do they get all these people?
There had to be like 60 guys, man.
Yes.
Just like random Mexicans, of course, one. And then two, like the Reavers. They were losing hands like they were in the Star Wars, saga, man. Like,
dude, and oh man, I really wanted them to like show somebody with something crazy, like as far as the Reavers are concerned.
Like that guy that was half tank?
Yes.
Yeah,
dude,
that would have been nuts.
Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Like, dude, or something alluding to that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, because they went out and straight up called them the Reavers. Like, they weren't like, shying away from it. Like, they said
The
the Reavers.
Yeah.
You know, and
the Reavers got involved. They're just,
exactly, dude. And the fact that it's Donald Pierce, like there at the end, it looks like they maybe can bring him back, like as a full on. Because in the comics, man, like he doesn't even have any of his original body besides his head, like left. He's all robotic at that point. You know, so at the end, I mean, we're obviously in spoilers already, but I mean, he's almost like crushed to death, right? And all the kids start going at him, like every single one of them taking out their anger, like on this one dude. So man, it could be that his whole body is destroyed now, and he does need to like build a full robotic stuff if they bring back the character, right? So like they might just completely do away with it. We might never see that character again, but
that's true.
Like they can go down that road if they really want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like the fact that this was, you know, at least our one chance to see the Reavers. We'll never know if they'll come back again or ever do it again. But dude, I was hoping for somebody to have like maybe some like bionic legs or something. Like, you know, maybe
they did,
I get tank treads
nobody was wearing shorts. I mean, there would have been one guy in a fashionable pant, but where you can see like, oh, that guy has one bionic leg.
Yeah, but I mean, like a regular bionic leg, okay, fine, you know. But like, dude, like the Reavers have tank treads for their legs, you know what I mean? Like super heavily modified. So why not show something that was like at least one thing that was crazy out there?
Well, everybody
you know?
had to take a pay cut to get this made, so I can understand where they're coming at. I think you know what? I think them showing somebody with tank treads as legs would really have taken you out of the picture, because they wouldn't have had the CGI to put that together.
Right, but even then, I don't think they needed to do exactly like tank tread legs. You know what I mean? Like something close to that, something to show that it's not just to rebuild your own body, but to show that it's an enhancement, right? Like that's what I wanted. Not, you know, just show me that it's something more than just like, oh hey, like I replaced my arm to have a robot arm, and now I can have arm functionality again. Like shoot, forget that, man. Like make it an arm that shoots stuff out, or maybe it's part flamethrower. You know what I mean? Like something that was like a little bit more of a hey, this is an upgrade, not just a lateral move from organic to mechanical.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, they might have been strong, but I mean, shit, they were going up against who they were stronger people. Yeah, that's true,
dude.
Very true.
Yeah, man. There was some his motivations. I was down with his motivations too. Like, you know, the fact that he wanted to save Charles. The fact that he wanted to kind of get him away, get him moved, and then the fact that it starts slowly coming back to him being human and his humanity and caring for other people. And dude, okay, when they killed Charles,
oh man,
when they kill that family,
damn it,
like, dude, right in the middle of that scene, as soon as all that stuff happened, like, I was like, yeah, why haven't they shown his face? Like, there's something's fishy, something's going on. So I thought maybe it was bringing somebody else completely in. I mean, they showed it to be a clone of just himself, as himself. But dude, as soon as he's like went on that killing rampage, I was like, shit, it's about to go down,
dude.
Like, so nobody's gonna be alive at the end of this thing. Like,
so he's definitely berserker rage in that one,
dude.
You know,
super
crazy, man. He just like starts going to town on people and just.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. Just really, really good. Like, that's exactly what I wanted to see, man. That, I don't know. It just really well done action scenes, and just like the brutality of it all. Like that, it's just a brutal movie, man. It really is.
Yeah.
Brutal in the visual violence, but also brutal in the feels that you get for like Charles, man. You can see him. It looks like he kind of has either like probably glaucoma, and he's like losing vision in one eye, and he's just like, it just hurts. Like, dude. And I don't know what I did, but I know I did something bad, and they allude to it a few times. And you know, I guess his seizures killed a bunch of people. It seems like, or either killed people or paralyzed people, like 600 people because of it. Like, and it was only like a year before this movie, so. Damn it, man! It was done really fucking good. Man.
Yeah, man. Like, it really, really, really good stuff. Really, dude. I don't know. People do need to watch it. I think people will enjoy it if they watch it. I mean, it's one of those things that I don't know. You read Death of Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Did it follow any of that plot line at all?
Kindish. I mean, I really wish I remembered the way, like they mentioned, like him losing it, like why his regeneration was going away. But essentially, it was like adamantium poisoning. That is killing him, and that's what's killing him in this movie too. And it's just like not working like the way it used to be.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And with the death of Wolverine, it follows the same. It's the same kind of thing where the people that created him are looking for him, but it's really kind of like a who's who is really coming out to find Logan in Death of Wolverine, because they're trying to find the doctor is trying to bring him back so they can find him and make a clone of him.
Yeah.
And Logan finds him first, and he sees that he's trying to make all these other Wolverine type mutants, and he drains the reservoir tank of adamantium, and then it just covers Wolverine himself.
Right. Yeah.
Well, spoilers for Death of Wolverine. And then
it's been out for a while.
Yeah,
it's
been out for a while. So, and then he runs down the main doctor and runs him through with his adamantium arm, and then he's slowing down, and as the adamantium is cooling, it is hardening, and he just kneels down in the sun and just stuck there. Boom.
Wolverine
done.
statue for all time.
Yeah, wolf statue. Maybe he's still alive in there, and that would be the worst fate ever.
That's what everybody keeps saying. Not that it's the worst fate ever, but the fact that if he is in there, that's a great way to bring him back if they ever really wanted to, you know?
Melt him down and wake him up. I don't know. It's not carbonite. He's not encased. Uh-oh. Skunk action?
Yeah.
Oh, no! No, it's probably downstairs. We hope. Raining down on us.
Anyway, that's what we get for recording outside.
Yeah. Nature.
But yeah, man.
Charles is killed, and it's a slow death too, and it's not like the other ways of him getting blown up in front of Wolverine. Wolverine's seen him die twice already.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's what happens when you get movies that are way
Crazy.
Outside of comic book continuity.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, I mean, even the fact that Hugh Jackman said that this was kind of like Old Man Logan, and bringing in that stuff, nothing like Old Man Logan, and definitely a lot more like Death of Wolverine. So
yeah, it definitely followed more Death of Wolverine.
But that I think was partly cool, man. This is probably the closest comic book continuity that we've gotten for any X-Men movie.
Yeah,
which is kind of insane, dude. The one that I thought it's just stupid. It's gonna be the worst thing ever, and it was probably the one that followed it the most, which is kind of insane.
Yeah. In Death of Wolverine, it did have I really thought, because people were saying they saw Liv Schreiber on movie set a couple days, or in at least the vicinity, that he was going to come back and reprise his Sabretooth role, which Sabretooth was one of a major antagonist in the Death of Wolverine saga, but he wasn't. Didn't happen. Daken makes an appearance, but. Which is pretty much like evil Wolverine, but maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder if X-24 was that supposed to be Daken, his clone?
It seems like it.
Yeah,
it seems like it. So it's just
Man,
his
I wish
clone.
I knew more about him. Well, we got to look that up.
Yeah, maybe after sitting on it a week.
Yeah,
there'll be a little bit more, and when we're not, 5 beers in.
That's true.
Collectively, 6 beers in.
You only had one?
Yeah, man, I only had one.
Oh.
Self-restraint.
No, that's good. Plus, you had your wife here, so
yeah, able to help out.
I'm pretty sure she was just like, "Hey, you want to have another one?" And you're like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Yeah, usually what ends up happening is I'll end up finishing hers anyway. So, but anyway, man, cool. We talked about it quite a bit.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll have more in the weeks to come.
Oh, for sure.
We're keeping this episode definitely a hell of a lot shorter than what we've done in the past couple of weeks. So I know we've been running long. So
yeah,
it's late. Eric is cold. It smells of skunk.
Yep.
And before Eric falls asleep from all the beer he's had, probably should get him home.
Yeah. Where can they find us before then, sir?
Before then, if you want to tweet Eric, tell him how he needs to not drink 5 beers before recording a podcast.
Or have more beers.
Or yeah, I mean, one and the same, right? We're at Kenobi's Corner on Twitter. You can find us at soundcloud.com/Kenobi's-Corner. That's where we post the episodes to. You can also find us on the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. In the podcast sections there, we are just Kenobi's Corner. So if you look us up, not just Kenobi's Corner, simply Kenobi's Corner.
Simply Kenobi's Corner. There you go.
Yeah.
Not simply Kenobi's Corner, but just the words.
Just
You've drawn this out way too long. That
quote
one beer is down to your head.
Kenobi's Corner, close quote.
There you go. He's doing the
Is that
finger
good?
quotes
Yes.
with one hand.
One at a time.
Yep. All right. Well, then, until then, hope you go out and check Logan out and enjoy that and enjoy each other.